Hey everyone, this is Mir from Learn English with Mir. Welcome to my lesson. How to improve English vocabulary. Well, there is no right or wrong technique of learning vocabularies, but there are certain techniques which are more effective than rest of the techniques. So, in this series of lesson, I've been teaching you root words and how root words are going to help you expand your English vocabulary. So if you're new to my channel, I would suggest you to go through the series of lecture based on root words. So in today's lesson, I've selected a new root word, that is mal. Now mal simply means bad, evil, ill, or wrong. So without much ado, let's get started. So the first word is malnutrition. As usual, I will be using the technique of breaking the word down into different chunks, and I will discuss the different chunks and we'll try to use our linguistic knowledge to identify the meaning of the chunks. So the first word is malnutrition. Okay, you might have heard of nutrition, nutritionist, nutritious. All right, some food are highly nutritious than other foods. Some food are less nutritious, and you might have heard of a nutritionist. So a person who specializes in food, all right, is nutritionist. So let's break this word down, and we could see that we have the root word mal. So mal means bad or poor. So malnutrition is poor nutrition or bad nutrition. Let's look at some example sentences. Many of the refugees are suffering from severe malnutrition. So, yes, this is possible that the refugees, since they rely on NGOs for food, for shelter, for clothing, so it's possible that they get less food, not proper food or good food. As a result, they may be suffering from malnutrition, right? Second example, according to UNICEF Pakistan, 4 out of 10 children under 5 years of age are suffering from malnutrition. Shocking, by the way. So, since uh, this is an authentic, report, and I've taken it from the UNICEF Pakistan's website, it says that 10 children under 5 years of age are suffering from malnutrition. It means that the children are getting poor or bad food, all right, not proper food. Okay, as a result, they are suffering from malnutrition. All right, so let's move to the next word, and that is malfactor. All right, so we have the root word mal, which means bad or wrong, and we have the second root word factor, which means doer of something. All right, so let's put the root together, bad or wrongdoing. All right, malfactor means evildoer, criminal, or troublemaker. So you could remember that in the previous lesson we have discussed the root word ban, banny, or bon. So I guess you would be familiar with benefactor. So benefactor, ban means good, and factor means doer. So someone who is doing good for other, all right, who thinks um, for the welfare of others, right? So is a benefactor. So malfactor will be the opposite. So one other technique could be that you could learn vocabularies by uh, getting the synonym and antonym. So malfactor, evildoer, and benefactor, good doer. Example: shortly after the crime, the malfactor was arrested by the police, right? So, what is malfactor? Evildoer, wrongdoer, bad doer, right? Moving to the next, malediction. Malediction. What is malediction? Let's break it down. Mal means poor or bad, and dict means to speak. I need to speak back saying that this is a root we have already discussed in our previous lessons. If you have missed, you should go and check the series of lecture. Dict means to speak. So mal and dict, mal, bad, poor, and dict means to speak. So what is malediction? Malediction means curse words uttered to cause evil, to speak bad for someone, especially a prayer that will harm for someone, okay, that will cause harm for someone. So let's look at an example sentence. The beggar was not allowed to enter the restaurant, so he left muttering malediction. So we could deduce from this context that the poor beggar was not allowed to enter the restaurant. As a result, the beggar muttered what? Malediction, bad curse words. Alright? So let's move to the next. Malpractice. Malpractice. So mal is serving as a root. Mal means bad or wrong, and practice means anything, any action or any doing. So malpractice means wrong or illegal action by someone. Example: the NGO is accused of financial malpractice or malpractices. So what is the NGO accused of? Of wrongdoings or wrong practices, bad practices. The head nurse was reduced to ordinary nurse due to malpractice. So we could see that the head nurse is demoted, not promoted. Why? Because she has been involved in malpractice. Now, what is malpractice? Wrong practice, bad practice. Okay. All right. Moving to the next. Malphite. Okay, Malphite. Now, mal is serving as the root, which means bad, and fid or fight means faith. I guess I have discussed it in the previous lesson. Alright, Malfide means doing something in bad faith or an attempt to deceive someone. Now, you could remember the opposite, bona fide. And this is a very simple word and it might be part of your vocab, bona fide. Okay, so bon is a root which means good, and fid or fide means faith. So someone who is good or genuine, original, okay, not fake, right? So is bona fide. Okay, so now the opposite is mollified. So mal means bad, so fide means faith. So someone who is deceiving others, or someone who does something bad is a Malfite. Okay, example sentences. The judge concluded that the company had acted malafide in concealing the information of its customers. So now this act is malafide, that the company was stealing the information of customers. And I guess that uh, this is happening around us, that companies are stealing customers' information and selling it to a third party, right? Next, malformed. Malformed. Now, mal means bad or poor, and form is formation. Okay, so malform means poor or badly formed, imperfectly formed. Now, especially bodies and designs. So, when something is poorly formed or badly formed, that looks ugly. Okay, it could be any design, it could be a body or a structure. Example, she was feeling shy during the dinner because of her malformed hands. So maybe you know someone amongst your friends, family members, relatives that who is malformed. Okay, any body parts that are malformed. So now in this case, she was feeling shy. Someone was feeling shy. Why? Because her hands were malformed. Now hands are malformed means that might be the fingers are malformed, might be there are extra fingers, or due to any incident it could be damaged and it looks ugly, so that is malformed. Okay, moving to the next, malcontent. All right, one who is dissatisfied and wants to change a bad situation for him. So there is a typing mistake, I would ask you to ignore it. So, one who is dissatisfied and wants to change a bad situation for him, right? So, example, after going through the accident, Ali is malcontented about his life goals. So, now we could see that a person met an accident, so he's malcontented just because, might be because of the accident, all right? So, he's malcontented about his life and his life goals due to might be due to the suffering or any imperfection as a result of the accident. So, next, malformed. I guess we have discussed it. Moving next, malfeasance. Okay, maleficence. Okay, maleficence. Now, what is maleficence? Misconduct or wrongdoing often committed by a public officer. Example, the minister was demoted on the grounds of fiscal malfeasance. Now, whenever you come across the word fiscal, it is related to money. Okay, so why was the minister demoted? Demoted because of financial malfeasance, misconduct, wrongdoing, bad doing. That could be corruption, okay, bribery, okay, or whatsoever. Next, maladroit. Okay, this could be a new word for you. Mal means bad or ill or poor. Adroit means skillful. This is another root, skillful. So maladroit, this is the opposite of adroit. So not skillful, inexperienced or tactless. So you might have heard of the word tactics. So if someone is using tactics, it means that he's using skills. All right. Example sentence: the government, the governor has been criticized for his maladroit handling of the COVID crisis. Okay, you could say governor or the government has been criticized whatsoever. Okay, moving to the next, we have malfunction. Now, malfunction is poor function, mal, bad, failure to function properly or work improperly. Example, the malfunctioning machine made a loud clanking noise before smoke began blowing from the top. Okay, so moving to maltreat or maltreatment. Now, mal means bad, and treatment is the way of doing something. So bad behavior or misbehavior is maltreatment. Example, the tourist complained that they were maltreated at the airport. What the tourists complained? They have complained about the maltreatment, means bad treatment. Okay, moving to the next, malady. Okay, now bad, bad disease. Mal is the root, bad. And malady is bad disease or illness. A disorder or the disease of the body is malady. Example, the patient was suffering from a mysterious malady that the doctors were unable to identify. Yes, in some cases there are certain maladies where it remains impossible for doctors to identify. Moving to the next, maladore. Now, mal means bad, okay, and adore, smell. Smell that's often unpleasant is odor, right? Example, the malodorous aroma filled the room, causing people to leave. Okay, so what made the people leave the room? The bad smell. Okay, malicious, full of or showing malice, ill will or wrong intention, a desire to cause harm, right? Is malicious. Now, the words ending with OUS are adjective. It shows the quality of something, all right? When the woman was fired, she accused the manager of being malicious towards her, all right? Okay, now the last word is malignant, okay? Bad for health, harmful for health. Example, when the doctors discovered a malignant tumor in Timur's brain, they told him he only had 6 months to live. Alright, so malignant is actually a, something that is bad for health or harmful for health. So that's all we have learned. 15 words having the root word mal. So let's quickly recap. The root word mal, which means bad, evil, or ill, or wrong. So that's all for today's lesson, and I hope that the series of lecture on root words are going to help you to expand your vocabulary. So do subscribe and stay connected for coming lessons. Thank you.